Welcome back, sixth graders. It's week 8, Friday, May 29th, and it's the final countdown, 1 week of school left. Today we're going to focus on the chapter Taking a Stand, and your assignment is going to be called Taking a Stand Question. So taking a stand, sometimes it's done peacefully, and sometimes things get out of hand. In our country, we are legally allowed to peacefully protest. In other countries, people are not allowed to protest at all without getting arrested, say China or North Korea, and sometimes Russia and others. Now, right now, people are taking a stand in our city, Minneapolis. And Minneapolis is making the news globally today, and it's getting ugly. And various websites, Star Tribune, even the BBC, the Wall Street Journal, these all have Minneapolis as their front page story. And I encourage you to talk with your family about this. This is really a sensitive topic, a lot of emotion, and I'd love to talk about it sometime. For what issues do people take a stand? Maybe you can see some in these images. And then whom do you admire for taking a stand? And I want to share some people whom I admire who've taken a stand. First one is a guy named John Lewis. He's right here and right here. He is a 30-plus year U.S. representative from Georgia and one of the 13 original Freedom Riders riding on this bus. Freedom Riders were black and white people who brought awareness of racism. They ignored the segregationist rules of separate seating on buses and restaurants. And as a result, they were attacked on their peaceful bus ride along the way and brutally beaten often. So here's a young John Lewis, and here's John Lewis in more recent times. He's still serving as a representative in Georgia. Another person I admire is Hubert Humphrey. He was a senator from Minnesota. He helped champion civil rights legislation. He's often quoted for saying, "We've heard about states' rights, but how about human rights?" Here he is sitting with Dr. Martin Luther King. And then speaking of Martin Luther King, often he's well admired, but what are some of the things he values and stands for? Now, his wife set up a foundation or an organization called the King Center. They have a website that I recommend you looking at sometime. And he describes what he sees as some of the problems in the world and what to do about it. And so it's the King philosophy. He feels like three problems are poverty, racism, and militarism. And he has these 6 principles of nonviolence for taking a stand. So, one, nonviolence is a way of life for courageous people. Nonviolence seeks to win friendship and understanding. Nonviolence seeks to defeat injustice, not people. Nonviolence holds that suffering can educate and transform. Nonviolence chooses love instead of hate. And nonviolence believes that the universe is on the side of justice. So these are some things and principles that have guided him, and his cause still continues today to try to spread this idea of taking a stand in this manner. And along those lines, and something that our nation has dealt with is racism. So, do you think racism is a thing of the past, or does it happen today? So, I'm jumping around a little bit, but what you're going to be doing is watching this next video, Taking a Stand, and I want you to answer the question it's posing regarding taking a stand. So, it's on page 1801. Listen for the question it poses, answer the question using the race response, restate the question, answer it, cite evidence, and extend your own personal thoughts. Have a minimum of 4 sentences. If you're looking for ideas, read news outlets for what's happening today in Minneapolis on May 29th, 2020. That may give you some topics. Otherwise, think of important issues that you believe in for taking a stand. Again, you can check out any media outlets right now. There's plenty of stories about Minneapolis. And again, it is the final countdown, just 5 days of school left. And you guys take care, everybody. Be safe. Bye-bye.